Hey guys, this is Mel, and I'm back to talk about Legacies, episode 208, titled This Christmas Was Surprisingly Violent, which premiered Thursday, December 12th, 2019 on the CW. This is the winter finale, so huge spoiler alerts. If you haven't seen the episode already, please go do so first, and then come back and see what I have to say about the episode. Other video reminders are up on screen, so take a moment to remind yourselves of those. A huge quick YouTube shout out to Maria Lira for confirming to me, at least she noticed that Vardamus did illusions to distract us from the fact he didn't do any other magic, which is one of the questions I had in the previous video. So I will try to do this in 25 minutes. Fingers crossed that I'm able to, but let's start this clock and let's see what happened to this episode. So the episode quote, "This Christmas was surprisingly violent," was said to Hope to Agent Ryan Clark over the phone. So that's a surprise right there. The title card itself was different because it had more of a holiday theme towards it. It also, instead of just saying Legacies across of it, it also included the title of the fact that this Christmas was surprisingly violent with a few little ornaments around it, and the actual, I think it was an establishing shot of the Salvatore School in the background. So that's something there. Timeline-wise, they did... Okay, this is something I really like because also it's great because it is a Christmas-themed episode and we are in reality celebrating Christmas as it is December. But I love that in the show itself, they explain that it's not December, it's October. So what the hell is going on? So Hope made the reference, and then Lizzie made the reference of the fact that it is October. And also the fact that it was snowing, the fact that everyone was feeling all jolly and Christmas was because of the featured creature of the episode, which is what I'll bring to in a moment. But in regards to timeline, we do also find out that it's still within 24 hours of Ryan being stuck in Simulandon's body. So by midnight of the episode, so by the end of the episode, when midnight strikes, Simulation Landon's body is supposed to be no more. It's still within 24 hours from 207. Also, we find out that it is October and that Raphael, they know it has a birthday in October. They just don't know what specific date it is. So that's something there. So a lot of things for the timeline. Episode reminder, though, is the fact that it is Christmas themed. It's not Christmas time, so that's something there. The feature creature, as I mentioned just previously, is going to be Krampus, which is the anti-Santa, which seeks out hatred, from my understanding. But we also got a little bit of a cameo from Santa himself, so that was something there. They had a little bit of their own little face-off there. I would say, though, Krampus, the way that they've constructed him, the way that, like, the makeup and stuff and how they, like, just portrayed him, it was terrifying, yet I'm all for it because it actually seemed like it's a creature that was in the disguise of Christmas type of thing. So that was something there. It's definitely something I have not seen before, so I'll leave it at that. Episode breakdowns, I will say that I picked up on 3 different ones. First one being Christmas in October, second being Raphael's family history, and the third one being road trip in a Camaro. So that's something there. The first storyline with the Christmas in October deals with Krampus bringing the holiday cheer to his surroundings to weed out those who do not have the cheer and attack them. At least that was my interpretation of what was happening. Hope and Lizzie seem to be the only ones not affected by this Christmas cheer. Alaric didn't seem to be affected at first until he drank the cocoa that Dorian prepared, but I'm thinking it might be more of an exposure thing for Alaric, the fact that he was away and off the property, and then once he got here and was submersed in it, then he got more susceptible to it. But Hope and Lizzie, they woke up in ground zero and yet they weren't affected by it. So, like, something specifically was the reason to keeping them immune. So that was something there. And then they were just dealing with the whole, or Hope was dealing with all of the whole Krampus thing. And then Lizzie is stuck with the road trip, which I'll talk about in a moment. But the second storyline is Raphael. So we do find out that while Raphael was stuck as a wolf, Landon had Josie do a heritage spell in hopes that one of his biological relatives, hopefully from the werewolf side, would have a way to get him out of being a wolf. And when they did find a hit, Josie then did a location spell, which led them to North Carolina, where Landon takes Raphael to meet his father, Walt. They do find out that his mother is a soldier who disappeared when she was pregnant, and she was the one that has the werewolf gene. It's assumed that the mother isn't dead because the blood trail from the locator spell didn't have, hold on. Sorry about that. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So Landon made the note of the fact, Raphael questioned about whether or not the biological family would be alive or dead. And Landon made a point of saying that the map wouldn't show them a blood trail if they were dead. So, since there's only one blood trail leading them to North Carolina, and it led them to Walt, I'm assuming the mom is dead because she didn't show. There wasn't two separate blood trails, and Walt did say that he's been looking for his. I'm assuming it's his wife for many years, and she hasn't been able to find him or the baby that she had. So that's something there. And then by the end of it all, Raphael suggests that he stays with Walt for a little bit, and Walt seems to be very open to the idea by welcoming with a huge hug. So that's something there. Third storyline now, though, is the road trip in the Camaro, and this is because Hope asked Lizzie to go after Landon so that she can bring him home so that he could be protected by all the Malivore creatures. Now Lizzie takes Sebastian with her to track down Landon and Raphael. She gives him a daylight ring. They have a few little tensions between them before they end up having sex with each other in the Camaro, after shortly detaining Landon in the trunk. So that's something there. Also, it is implied that it is Damon's Camaro that was gifted to the twins for their sweet 16th birthday. And so this is the second time not the second time. No, that Camaro's been on a few road trips. But it's first time in Legacies that we got to see the car. So there's that. Last scene of the episode shows Ryan Clark being decapitated by the red-cloaked figure who was unmasked to be the necromancer. And then Ryan Clark was tossed into the Malivore portal before it closed up on itself. So that was something there. We'll talk about the necromancer in a bit. But character-wise, we get Sebastian getting a new daylight ring from Lizzie. We also learn from him why he wants to stay at the school, and it's because it's the kindest place he's come across, and he feels like he will be accepted there as it is kind to all things the real world deems to be broken. So that's something. Ryan Clark, we do find out that he never experienced a true Christmas. He admits that he's jealous of Hope, the fact that they both seem to be so messed up, and yet her friends still love her. That's what he's jealous about. He also claims to be on her side, but I still don't know if I trust him or not. He claims that he's under the guise of a truth spell. I'm not sure if she actually did one, or if he's just using that as a way he shouldn't be sharing this with her and he's being forced to. But I still don't know if I trust him, whether or not he's still with her. You know what I mean? So there's that. With Caleb, we find out that he got Santa gave him the Corvette he's always wanted as a kid, as it resembles his uncle. So there's that. We also get Alaric being named headmaster of the school once again. Though at the start of the episode, he did start at Mystic Falls High. So I don't know if the name plaque, a gift that Santa gave Josie to give to Alaric, was just like the next step of Alaric being reinstated as the headmaster, or if he actually is the headmaster. I don't know. But that seems to be something he's looking forward to retaining once again. And then with Hope, we find out that she used to love the holidays before she lost her parents, and now she just doesn't feel the same type of joy anymore, which makes sense. So that's something there. But let's move on to tidbits very quickly. We find out that Landon returns to the school to properly break up with Josie and reunite with Hope. We also see Lizzie having a love-hate thing for Sebastian, trying to mask the attraction she has for him, but they both admit that they do feel the attraction between each other. Yet when it comes to their personality, it's questionable, at least on Lizzie's end, for sure. So that's something. And also we find out that Landon's memories of meeting his mother, Selah, were also restored, despite the fact that she did jump into the Malivore pit, which caused him to forget ever meeting her officially. So that's something there. But let's move on to the most shocking moment of the episode. I think the fact that we got a fight between Santa and Krampus, I was not expecting that whatsoever. I actually thought that maybe the Krampus was Santa in disguise, like actual legit Santa in disguise. So I wasn't expecting to see Krampus as the ugly creature that we got. I definitely wasn't expecting seeing that. I was expecting it to be Krampus to look like Santa as part of its disguise. So that was one shocker there. And then the other fact that we actually got a actual fight between the two of them, and it was Santa who defeated the Krampus. Was not expecting that at all. So that was a fun surprise there. And also another shocking moment was the fact that it was the necromancer that seems to be one of the red cloaked figures. Again, there are two of them that we don't know about. Or there's two of them that we've seen. So the fact that one of them is the necromancer, we don't know who the second one is. But I don't know why the necromancer wasn't an option, because he didn't technically, like, he wasn't killed by the students last year. I mean, he got away on his own. So I don't know why he never came to mind. But now I'm wondering, why is he back specifically? So that's something there. But let's move on to top 3 favorite moments. The first one has to be all the interactions that Hope had in this episode. Love her interaction with Caleb, specifically with the sneak peek clip that they showed before the episode aired, with him in the eggnog and her just not feeling the joy of holidays and wanting to find a way to like end it. So it's just interesting to see Hope and Caleb working together and them vibing off each other. That was pretty cool. Another favorite I did have was with Hope interacting with Ryan Clark. Again, I know there's a bunch of people out there who ship them, and I can see it. I do, and there is an off chance that like I'm in that also same boat, but that's more of like, it's a little dinghy boat, and it's like a lifeboat type of thing. It's like not a huge ship, but it's like a preservation boat. But like I can see it. There are days, I know like theoretically I shouldn't, but there are days where I'm like, okay, I could see maybe something brewing there, but then there's like, no, there's other ships I prefer her to be with. But they did have a great camaraderie in this episode. I don't know. So that's something there. It really truly hinges on the fact of whether or not he was lying to her or not, or if he was actually truly staying loyal to her now, despite everything. So that is part of it there. And then another one was just with Hope and Josie. Specifically, what was it? Why was it Hope and Josie again? I think it was just trying to figure out how to deal with a very cheerful Josie, or in regards to like when it came to the breakup, I believe. So that was something there. As well as an actual next favorite being between Lizzie and Sebastian. I will say during the road trip, I was very confused when she kept denying her attraction to Sebastian. He was kept on telling her, it's like, I know you fancy me. It's like, you stop denying it. And she was just saying like, no, I loathe you type of thing. But then to also have her kiss him, like making that first move and then jumping into them sleeping together. And then also saying it's like, yes, there's an attraction between us, but I can't stand you type of thing. So it literally is a love-hate relationship thing. So it's just like, I feel like they're going to bring me on a huge roller coaster level. They're going to be up. They're going to be down. I don't know which way to go with them, but I'm all for it. I can't wait to see how this happens or how this flourishes for them. But then also she did make a good point. The fact that she is mad at him for making her believe that she was going crazy. I can't fault her for that. So I'm still with her when it comes to that. Another favorite for me was the fact that Raphael got to meet Walt. He got to meet his father. He definitely truly needed that. He needed a better understanding. Yes, I wish that he was meeting the parent that had the werewolf gene to get a better understanding of the part he's struggling with when it comes to his supernatural nature. But I am glad he got to meet at least one of his parents to at least get some kind of understanding. I truly hope his mom is still alive somewhere and she's not dead. And I hope my assumption about her not showing up on the map is wrong. But like, I'm glad he got that support. I hope it doesn't turn around and bite us in the butt later on. But I did like the moment that he got for what we got. So there's that. Another favorite I did have was the fact that Landon pretty much ended the love triangle, and the way he handled it was very well done. It was very mature. The fact that he approached Josie first and he was saying all these great things about her, also telling her that while my feelings for Hope are a lot stronger, that does not erase what I had with you. That does not diminish what I had with you being Josie. So I really like that he was trying to also instill the fact that this does not mean you're not worthy. This does not mean that you weren't capable of providing what I needed. I love that he was just saying like, no, you were still all these things. You were still kind. You were still beautiful. You were still very compassionate, and he was still saying you're still all these things regardless of us being together or not. So it's just like the way he handled it was like very spot on, because a lot of people were just like, no, I'm not feeling it. It's not it, like, that's it. So it's just like, kudos for him for that. I'm glad he actually put an end to it and it wasn't stretched out. And then the fact that he got to reunite with Hope was another tie-in favorite to that. So the fact that she accepted that instead of saying like, no, maybe we should take a break, which I kind of thought she might have, but then at the same time, I don't want them to be a break because I want like them to be together. So pretty much with this mid-season finale, it kind of seems like it ends the whole love triangle chapter of season 2, with it being the first portion of the season. So, well, there's that. And also another surprise favorite was the fact that we got the fight between Santa and Krampus, something I was not expecting. Even just the fact that we were getting two creatures fighting each other, and the capacity we got them fighting each other was just a surprise, but it was just a huge twist on itself. So it's like, I'm truly all for that. It was very entertaining. It was just also entertaining to see our regular characters reacting to it. I mean, it was a little cheesy when Alark says, you better watch out, to Santa. It's like, really? You're going to quote a song during that moment? But it was just fun. All in holiday cheer, for sure. So there is that. So moving on to top 3 peeved moments. One peeve I did have was the fact that that damn zombie eyeball is still in the school eavesdropping. Is it really eavesdropping when it's an eyeball that doesn't hear? I'm assuming it doesn't hear. It'd be really weird if it does. But I'm just still a little peeved that it's still there, creeping around. So that's one thing there. And then a side peeve of the fact is that while I'm happy that Hope is now happy to be back with Landon, I'm just sad that now that means Josie is dealing with a broken heart. And like, yeah, which sucks. So it's like, it's one of those hard love triangles where you like all pieces of that love triangle and you don't want to see any of them hurt, but you prefer one over the other. So it's just like, yeah, it's one of those moments. But let's move on to random questions very quickly. First, why were Hope and Lizzie immune to the holiday cheer overdose that the rest of the school was getting? That's a question there. Second, shouldn't Lizzie always wear a magical amulet around her so that she has a source of magic to siphon on in moments where she needs it? Like even when she was kind of wanting Sebastian to put his shirt back on, and she couldn't because she didn't have any magic. And he pointed out the fact that you don't have any unless you are touching me to take the magic from his vampirism, right? So I feel like, shouldn't she always wear a necklace so that she at least has a piece of magic on her so she can use? So that's a question there. Next question is, do you think Raphael's birth mom is still alive? Like I said, I hope so. Maybe she's in some trouble. Maybe she's stuck in her own wolf form somehow. But I really hope I want Raphael to have the opportunity to meet her and get questions from the parent that has the werewolf gene. But not if it means that she's going to ultimately betray that connection between them. Like, you know what I mean? Hopefully you do, but there's that. And next question was, do you think decapitation killed Ryan Clark? I mean, he is made of mud after all, so is he truly dead, or is he just temporarily killed and he's going to reform back in Malivore? And also, is this the last we'll be seeing of Ryan Clark? That's a good follow-up question there as well. And also another follow-up question, the first question I had, if Krampus was the one that caused all the snow to happen around Mystic Falls as a whole and not just at the school, how are they going to explain it to the town while they had just some random bout of snow in the middle of fall? Because like, they are still far south enough that they can get snow, but then they don't get it as often or as cold, as opposed to like if they're far up north like I am, where you could very much well get snow when it's supposed to be fall. Like technically right now, calendar wise, it is still fall, but we got some major snowstorms already. So it's just like, how are you going to explain that? So that is something there. But otherwise, that's about last for the questions. So let's move on to predictions very quickly. Based off the promo for 209, it is coming back January 16th. So mark your calendars for that. And it looks like something is loose, possibly a creature. We do get the line of "Don't let it break." I'm not really sure. I only watched the promo once. So by the time I edit this, I probably would have looked it up some more. So up on screen, we'll have a little bit more of what I picked out from the promo. So refer to that, if you will. But in regards to the synopsis for 209, it has not been released yet because, again, I get them from Futon Critic and they released them 2 weeks prior to when the episode airs. And since we are a month out from when this episode airs, it's not available right now. So we're left in the dark right now about that. But that is pretty much it, guys. So what did you guys think of this episode? What did you guys like about it? What do you think will happen next? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, theories, and opinions about all that. Also, do you think that we're going to get a huge time jump to be in January when the characters return? Or are we just going to skip over the in-universe December when the time comes? Since it technically, they did state it was October for them. So that's something there. That's a question there. But anyways, let's move on to the ending. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like it, share it, all that fun stuff. Also, if you want, check out my Tumblr page. The link for that is down below. I reblog promos, web clips, quotes, gifs, synopses, news, all that good stuff, all found in one place. So go check that out. I am behind. Like I've said previously before, I am in my first term back at school. Currently, right now, I'm about to start my final week of the semester where I have 2 final exams and I got 7 final assignments that are due. So hallelujah that I don't get new episodes this week, but that just means a lot more stress and a lot more of my focus is on that. And then I'll have 2 weeks of winter break that I can work on other stuff, hopefully. So that is when I hope to update not only Tumblr, but WordPress, which the link for that is down below. It posts everything I have online to one website, keeps things organized, a little more detailed, and still a work in progress. Once again, I still have to update that as well too. But for me, it's just easy to go to WordPress if I want to go to any other one of my sites because it's all connected there as well. So guys, that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for tuning in for 2019 because this is my last planned video for Legacies. I don't know if I'll do one during the holiday break or not, but otherwise my next video for Legacies will be when 209 returns. So again, guys, thank you so much for your support, your patience, for just tuning in to this video series, or to any other video series you have also watched as well from me. I truly appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, guys, leave a question to you guys as well, just to tie off the end for you. But would you guys be interested if I were to post any of my school-related videos up on this channel? That's regards because for my production class, I got to actually shoot a lot of scenes, whether or not I was in them acting-wise, or if I was directing them, or if I was the assistant director for these little mini shoots. I'm wondering, for you guys, would you be interested in something like that? Should I do that on a separate channel? Because I know along the way throughout my school program, there will be more stuff that I'm able to shoot and produce and stuff like that. So I'm just gauging whether or not this is the type of channel I can share that with you guys, or if I should be making a new one under strictly just based on that. So please let me know in the comments down below about your opinion for that. Should I also merge it with this reviewed channel that I have, or should I just make a new channel and grow that part of my audience from there? I would like to hear about your opinion about that. But guys, I'm going to end it there. Again, thank you so much. I hope you come back, check out this video, other videos, what have you. Otherwise, January 16th for new Legacies episode. But until then, guys, have happy holidays. Have a happy new year. This is Mel. Wish you all a great day, great week, wherever you are. And please stay warm. I'm freezing over here, so you stay warm for me. Take care, guys. Bye.